Welcome to Blessed Bible Works. Today we're diving into the book of Exodus to explore the incredible encounter Moses had with God, as described in Exodus chapter 34, verses 29 and 30. These verses reveal the transformative power of being in God's presence and challenge us to reflect His glory in our lives. Let's read and reflect on this powerful moment together. Exodus chapter 34, verses 29 and 30 says, "When Moses came down from Mount Sinai with the 2 tablets of the covenant law in his hands, he was not aware that his face was radiant, because he had spoken with the Lord. When Aaron and all the Israelites saw Moses, his face was radiant and they were afraid to come near him." This scene is a dramatic and awe-inspiring moment. Moses had just spent 40 days in God's presence, receiving the 10 Commandments for the second time, and the encounter left him visibly changed. Let's explore 3 key takeaways from this passage. First, we see that spending time with God has a transforming effect. Moses' face was radiant, glowing with the glory of God because he had been in His holy presence. The radiance wasn't something Moses generated himself, it was a reflection of God's glory. This reminds us that when we spend time with God in prayer, worship, and reading His Word, it changes us. We may not see a visible glow, but our attitudes, actions, and words will reflect the love, grace, and holiness of God to those around us. Next, we notice that the Israelites reacted with fear when they saw Moses' radiant face. Why? Because the glory of God is overwhelming and honestly, awe-inspiring. It reveals His holiness and often confronts us with our own sinfulness. As followers of Christ, we are also called to radiate God's glory in a world that desperately needs Him. Jesus says in Matthew chapter 5, verse 16, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." Just as Moses' glow was a witness to his time with God, our transformed lives can point others to the Lord's love and power. Finally, Moses didn't realize his face was radiant. This shows us that transformation happens naturally when we're consistently in God's presence. It's not something we force or strive for. The more time we spend with Him, the more we become like Him. But this also requires intentionality. Moses went up the mountain to meet with God, showing a willingness to draw near to the Lord. In the same way, we are called to set aside time to connect with God daily, so that we too can be transformed and shine with His light. Exodus chapter 34, verses 29 through 30 teaches us that, first, time in God's presence transforms us from the inside out. Second, our lives can reflect God's glory to a watching world. And third, consistent fellowship with God is the key to lasting transformation. Just like Moses, we can experience God's radiance when we seek Him, and through our daily encounters with Him we can shine His light, bringing hope and truth to those around us. Thank you for joining us today on Blessed Bible Works. If this message inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe for more reflections on God's Word. As you go about this week, make time to meet with God. Let His presence transform your heart and radiate His glory to others. Until next time, may God bless you abundantly and fill your life with His light.